Well, welcome to another Way of Wisdom teaching, and we're going to talk about choosing your friends wisely today. Listen to this proverb as we are concluding today, Proverbs chapter 12. In verse 26 it says, "The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray." Talks about a lazy man. We've dealt with that in verse 27. And then verse 28, "The way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death." Where it says, choose your friends. The righteous man should choose his friends wisely. Remember what Paul told Timothy? He said, avoid foolish lusts, but follow after righteousness with those that pursue righteousness themselves and that call upon the name of the Lord. It's important who you are hanging out with. It's important who your friends are. Let me find you that passage in Timothy that I just quoted. I think that's a really important one for us to understand. 2 Timothy chapter 2, I think is where we're going to find it. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22, "Flee also youthful lusts, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart." So one way of getting away from youthful lusts and fleeing youthful lusts is to spend more time with people that are pursuing righteousness and that their hearts are pure and they're calling on the Lord out of a pure heart. So it is important who your friends are and who you're hanging around with. And notice again, the righteous should choose his friends carefully. And then it explains a little bit, "For the way of the wicked leads them astray." If you hang out with the wrong people, you could get led astray. "In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death." That's why Paul told Timothy, flee youthful lusts. But you go with those, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So who are your friends? Are they bringing you closer to Jesus, or are they luring you away? Take heed to that proverb. The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads him astray. Paul also dealt with this in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. In verse 33, he says, "Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good manners," or good habits. Don't be deceived. Evil company corrupts. Sometimes we think, oh, I can handle it. I can be hanging out with all these people and it's not going to influence me. Look, if you're not bringing them to Jesus and they're not coming with you to church, you better be careful how much you're hanging out with them. I do believe that we need to make friends with sinners. Jesus did. He ate with sinners. But they came his way. He didn't go their way. He didn't become like them. Those that followed him became like him. And so are you influencing people? We should know sinners and we should reach out to sinners. But let's not get yoked together with them. Let's not let them take us their way. The righteous should choose his friends carefully. And so I pray today God will help you to be a good friend to others, and that he will give you the wisdom to choose your friends carefully so that they don't lead you astray, but that you are an influence on those that are around you. And flee youthful lusts and follow after righteousness, faith, love, with those that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. And you know what? There is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. We'll talk about that proverb when we get to it, but we know the friend that sticks closer to a brother is Jesus. You don't need a lot of friends. You just need a couple good friends. You can have a lot of acquaintances that you're trying to influence. But friends, they are those that we are almost like a covenant relationship with. That we are involved with them. We are yoked together with them. And so be very careful. Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. But choose your friends carefully. Be friendly to many, to all. And choose your friends carefully. Well, God give us wisdom today. And may God bless you as you are on this journey, the way of wisdom.
You are worthy of it all.